The roar of the Camp Nou felt a world away when the first medical report landed. Lamine Yamal, the 18-year-old spark who had made defenders look lost and crowds believe in impossible moments, was dealing with recurring pubic discomfort. And Hansi Flick could not guarantee he'd be fit for the season's defining fixture. That admission, simple, blunt, unavoidable, changed everything. When a coach says, "I don't know if he'll be ready," it is not just an update, it is a warning bell for a club that leans on young genius to unlock matches. The story is not only about one injury, it is about who decides the limits of risk, the club doctor, the national team physiotherapist, the manager who must balance minutes, or the player who, at 18, wants to play every second. Flick's position was unmistakable. Protect him, manage him, and accept that minutes must be rationed. That sentence opened a fault line between Barcelona and Spain's management, and suddenly tonight's trip to Sevilla became more than a league fixture. It became a litmus test of medical judgment and squad resilience. Lamine's absence does more than remove a left-wing magician. It forces tactical surgery. How do you replicate the vertical burst, the low center of gravity, the instinctive pass into nowhere that draws defenders away and creates space for everyone else? Coaches will look at formations, at inverted fullbacks, at midfielders who can carry the ball higher. They will try to make up for a player whose unpredictability is not a stat you can copy. Then there is the human side. Flick insists he spoke to Yamal every day, that they manage him step by step, and that nobody wanted to risk long-term damage for short-term headlines. That protective instinct is easy to sympathise with, but it collides with another truth. National team call-ups are a matter of pride, and the Spain setup has its own pressures. Flick's public frustration, measured and then candid, amplified a debate fans have argued about for years. Should club or country take precedence when a young talent is fragile? The plot thickened when Marc Bernal, a player just rebuilding after a serious injury, received an under-21 call-up that left Barcelona scratching their heads. To the club, it looked like a repeat pattern, promising youngsters sent back into intense environments before they are truly ready, an invitation to setback rather than recovery. To the Federation, international development is non-negotiable. Both sides can cite the best of intentions. Neither wants a star to go down for months because minutes were mismanaged. In the dugout and in the physio room, those decisions are terrifyingly granular. A sprint here, a wedge of training there, a painkiller that blurs the line between cautious and reckless. Pubic area injuries are infamously capricious. They can feel healed and then flare under match intensity, and the medical advice is conservative for a reason. Precious careers can be shortened by haste. So as Barcelona board the bus to Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, strategy conversations will be clinical and creative in equal measure. Will Flick gamble on an altered front line to preserve momentum? Will he roll out a conservative plan that cedes early initiative to Sevilla and hopes to snatch a counter? The choices reveal not only his tactical identity, but his faith in the squad beyond the headlines, in the younger players ready to step up, in the veterans who must shoulder more responsibility, in a medical team whose word now carries political weight. The stakes are not merely 3 points. If Yamal's recovery stretches and he misses El Clásico, the psychological effect on the dressing room and the fan base could be seismic. If he returns too soon and regresses, the club risks a longer absence at a pivotal point. Either outcome ripples through the title race and the narrative arc of the season. For viewers tonight, the subtler things matter. Will Barca's wide play be narrower without Yamal? Will set pieces and second balls become decisive? And beyond the tactics is a broader conversation that will linger long after the final whistle. How modern football protects or exposes its youngest stars in an era of relentless fixtures and national pride. In the next 48 hours, we will learn whether Barcelona's caution will be rewarded, whether Spain's hunger for youth will be tempered by prudence, and whether a moment of restraint now preserves a career that could light up El Clásico when the time is right. Until then, every lineup leak, every late training update, and every medical bulletin will feel like a plot twist in a story that started with a single sentence from a manager who chose to speak plainly. We'll see how he progresses.